All right, welcome guys. It's just the four of us. No problems. So, we're going to start with any demo that you guys have access to. If there's anyone that Judith worked on alone, we can leave that out. But if she works with someone, then that other person can do the demo. So anyone that is ready can start.
Maybe I can start because mine is very easy and straightforward.
All right.
So I worked on it with Judith. So let me share screen. Where do I share again? Oops, here. So what we worked on is checking that you do not add twice the same name for a list. So for example, we have testing feature, true, working. So you can create another list, but if you try to add a name with a list with a similar name, it's going to warn you and prevent you from creating this list. And displaying a message why it's not displaying the list. And for that, on the list form component, we added a check here. So it's calling the function checking name list, and it's passing the name, the input the user is typing, and the constant is the function is here, and it's using the function that we have in the in one of the utils file, which is strings of same value. So it's making like a reuse of this function we are already using for the item. And okay, if it's written true, in this case, we display a message and we set new list to empty. And otherwise, it's continue to handle the creation of the list. Is there any question?
Nope. That was pretty straightforward.
Yeah. I will let the place.
All right.
Okay, I can continue with the issue that Viviana and me worked through this week. Okay. Screen one. Okay. So the issue was that as a user, I want to know when trying to share a list with another user that the list is already shared with. And for this, we implemented a new in the Firestore base in the function. So when we share a list with a user that is already shared the list with, we have a new alert message. So if this list wasn't shared with this email, with Viviana's email, this is the message we get. And I just now noticed, I'm sorry about this, while testing the feature, that we are getting the same message when sharing the list with someone that it's already shared with. In this case, it should read a message saying that the list is already shared with this email, but it's not. I don't think it's going through, because the way the sharing list function works is that the other user doesn't have to accept the list, right? So once you share it, it's already shared. No, yeah. So I think the functionality is not working as intended. Sorry about that, because I just know I was preparing this 20 minutes ago, and I just noticed. But maybe we can look at the code. Viviana, yeah. Okay, sorry. One sec. Stop. Okay.
Yeah, I will share the code. It's weird because I also tested it myself and it was working on the app. So maybe I can try again if you want. I don't, if anything changed, it must be working. Sorry, I don't have the option for the entire screen. Okay, I will share the code first and then under the app. In the code, what we changed was first in the firebase.js file, we modified the share list function, but by adding some return codes for receive in the when we call the function. First is this missing that we send when the recipient email doesn't exist. Then we add also this existing, which is the one that handle the user that already has the list in their shared lists. And lastly, this awk code, which is the one for when the list was shared successfully. So this is used in the manage list component here, where we receive when we call the share list function, if we get the response, we show the alert share list response code. We collect the response message here in a constant here to have it all together easily editable. So yeah, I think this is all. We also have this invalid email message and repeated email for when the user enters their own email, and we display these errors. So if I will try to share the browser with the app. You can see the browser right now?
Nope.
No.
Actually, yes.
Okay, so I will stop sharing and share again. Okay, now it's so in my manage list, I will try to share the manage list with Borja, and I get the correct message. And then if I try again, okay, is anything is happening now with this feature? Because I tested it before and it was
Try
like,
to hard reload. Command
yeah.
R hard reload.
And if
I
let me
just
try,
tested it and it worked for me.
yeah. Let me try with another list, maybe if I share this new list. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what is happening. Maybe I can.
Viviana, could you
Yes.
go on the home page?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you click on one of the list?
Yes.
Okay, and then manage list. And then you try again. Could it be just because it's not in the local storage yet? I don't see the pop-up. That's
Yeah,
happening.
it's saying that the list is like the share list message.
Hmm.
And if I try to share it again, it's the same. So it's weird.
Did you sign out and sign in again today?
No,
So are you
I didn't.
using a Mac or Windows?
I'm on
In a Mac.
Windows.
So can you click Command Shift R on your keyboard at the same time?
Yes,
Did you do it?
yes.
Okay, and then try again.
Okay, so
I'm
here
hosting.
I will go to this new list.
What does it show now?
Okay, now I am getting the right message. I don't know. You don't see the alert,
No.
don't you? So yeah, now I have the alert. I'm sorry that I cannot share. I don't know why my entire screen. So that is why it's not showing the alert, but I now am getting the correct alert with the list. It's already shared with Borja.
All right. Well done, guys.
If you want, I can continue with the other feature I work on this week that was to improve the navigation within the app.
Okay.
We made changes, so now when you are logged out, you don't see the links, the navigation links, and you only see this prompt and the sign in button. So when you click and sign in, what you see once you are logged in. Okay. What you see is the navigation bar here, but you only see the home link, and we add here another sign out button. Because as long as you don't have any list path in your local storage, you don't see the link navigation here at the bottom of the navigation bar. That is to avoid navigate to list-mule, which was a bug that we had in the navigation. So once you are in a list,
sorry.
Sorry.
When this is homepage, okay.
Yes.
So when you sign in, you don't have a list created. You don't have items list, and then you created a new list. And then when you log into the app, which page does it take you? Does it take you directly to the manage list to start adding items?
No, when you first logged in to the app, you are in the home page here. But if you delete your list and have no list, you see this form to create one. And then once you navigate to the list page, you start seeing these links here. So this is the same as if you sign out, sorry, then I will refresh and sign in. Now I have list, but I don't have the list link at the bottom because I don't have the list paths in my local storage. So once I click here, I start seeing the list link at the bottom.
Okay, can you delete milk and then come into the app again?
Yes. When you have no items, you see this prompt to start creating items.
Okay. All right. That's the correct progression.
Okay, so I will stop share and share my code so I can show you how is this implemented. So changes for this feature were in the layout component, where we add this check for the user, and if we don't have the user, if we have a user, we show this signal button and the welcome. And if we don't have an user, we show just the signing button and the prompt. And then here is the same with the navigation bar. We have, if we have a user, we show the navigation bar, the home link, and the signal button. And here is the check for the list paths, and we also check if user has any list. So if both of those are true, we show the list link and the manage list link. So I think this is all for this feature. I don't know if there is any question related to this.
Nope. It works really well. And when I was doing the code review, this particular feature is really nice to have, and it makes the app more intuitive, you know. Start seeing links in some pages and be wondering why can you see this link. So well done, guys, on this one.
Thank you.
I just have one question, Viviana.
Yes, sure.
Why the double bank before user and this path? Why is that? What is the purpose of the double bank?
The purpose is to convert this to a Boolean, so it has to be true or false.
Okay.
And it can be null.
Yeah.
So I guess I can follow with the other feature I worked in this week.
All right.
Okay.
You guys were on fire this week.
Green. Okay. Okay, so this feature consisted of a new loading component. So the issue was, as a user, I want loading feedback when I switch between lists, because previously when you switch it between lists, it redirected you to the list page and you saw the previous list while the new one loaded, and then it automatically changed. And the way it works now is that when you switch between lists, you momentarily see a loading spinner instead of the old list. And the way this is implemented, the way that Firestore works when for changing the data is through a recurring function implemented in here in the Firestore. Wait a second. Here, okay. So the function that controls the data is on a snapshot, which runs recurrently when you switch between list paths. So the way it's implemented, we have a new state which starts false, which is loading list data. So when the use effect runs, which depends on the list path, so when you change this list paths, this use effect runs. Now the set is loading list data is set to true, the is loading list data state, and this returns the on snapshot function, which is part of Firestore. And at the end of this function, we are setting is loading list data false again. So while the data is being loaded, is loading list data is true, and once it's loaded, it returns to false. And we return this state with the data. So this function use shopping list data is called from the APJSX. Here is where we get the is loading list data state. And we pass this data to the list component right here. So in the list component, we just have like a simple conditional, which if is loading list data. So if this is true, instead of returning the usual component, we return the loading component. And the loading component is a simple just two divs with a loading block like a container, and then the spinner inside. And the spinner is implemented in CSS. I reused this from another project. and it's a spinner that I found in this web. So I left here the source, and it's implemented through CSS and easily modifiable through its properties. And the color of the spinner is set to the color accent. So depending on light mode or dark mode, it will use the proper color. And that's the implementation.
Nice. This is another really important feature as far as user experience goes. So it tells them that something is happening, the app is not crashing or whatever. Hold on, guys. Is there any other feature you guys worked on this week? I saw the one about unchecking, trying to uncheck. I guess that didn't make it to prod, right, Viviana?
Yes, I had yesterday, I think it was two new issues. One was about this check and uncheck as purchased. But the idea, as we discussed in the office hours, was to let it to the next week, as we were working on other things. So we have this issue open now.
All right. So what about the one? I also saw the one Celine raised, which is if like, and I saw the behavior right now. You delete a list, and then when you add that same list, it comes back with the list you added initially. So that particular one, I think it's a design issue. I'm not even sure if the mentors intended it to be that way, you know. So I think it's also part of the things I'll take back to them.
Yeah.
Make sure with all the sharing and all the IDs and all the adding and subtracting, maybe that particular case wasn't accounted for. So I'm going to take that back. All right, well done, guys. So I guess it's time for CSS now. You guys have created a Figma file. How is that going? Is there any update on that?
I worked on it. I can share my screen.
Yeah.
So I've done two things on the Figma.
Yeah.
One is finding some screenshot on by Googling, seeing what other people have made, like creating a mood board with some color, with some different visuals that could be like we could reuse some part of it if we like them. So just to like give them some inspiration. So, and I've tried to do a visual by myself. So I think it's part of taking what we discussed during the office hour on Wednesday. We felt that the current page, like manage list, is not it's not like intuitive. So you go there to add some item and to share the list with users, which is actually very strange. So what I did, so we just have the home page. So you have all your list. You can create your new list. You can log out. And if you click on the list, then you're redirected to this screen with the list where you can search, where you can create an item, and you have this share list options that appear. So it's like getting rid of the manage list page and added it to the list and list item page. So I just like play around to see a little bit what we could make and to have a start. So everybody can say, I don't like this, I don't like that, I would like this. I said this way, so we have something to start discussing.
So because manage list path navigation is specifically a requirement, like it was a feature, when we were starting. So I think the manage list page should stay. I think it should maintain its own list, its own page, different from the list page, just because initially when we started, it was a feature, like it was somebody's task to actually differentiate between the navigations. So I think that day during presentation, they'll be expecting to see manage list differently, list page differently, and then home page. Basically, we have 3 pages, so I think we can stick to that.
Okay.
So we meet the requirements.
So that issue was raised after office hours when we discussed with Jorge, and like he didn't mention that, and we also talk about reading the same.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, do you hear me?
Sorry, I was disconnected for a second. You said during the
Okay.
office hours, you guys talked about the pages thing, and then what did you decide?
Yes, because we discussed that we found like a bit not so intuitive to have the add item separate from the list page. So we didn't know that this manage list page was meant to stay there. So we didn't know that we can't remove it. So I opened the issue without knowing that. So maybe the issue may need to be modified to this,
What
knowing
issue?
the,
Can you show me the issue? Is it on GitHub?
yeah, sure. Is
Now we stopped sharing
let-
my screen.
I will, let me find it. Yeah.
As a user, I want to be able to
But-
undo my game. As a user, I want to be able to quickly add the new item to my list and receive feedback from my action. Is that the one?
Yes.
Okay, so the quickly add an item means it should be on the page by the side.
Yeah, we saw this when we talk about this problem, that we saw as a problem that that users need to change the view to add an item.
Yeah, I understand. And I think that is also why we have that welcome message when they come. Maybe we can make that more intuitive, rather than changing the architecture of the app. So we can make the message like welcome. Before you view this page or whatever, you have to go to the other page to add on. Just make it less of a burden for the user, and then more straightforward. Let them know that this page is where you see the item after you've added it, and then to add it, click here. Okay, there's a way we can do it. There's supposed to be a button after the welcome message. There's supposed to be a button. So that button can also act as a fast add. Like once they click the button, it brings them to where they will see the form, and then that can be intuitive enough. Just so we stick to the structure. Is that okay? All right.
Yeah, I also wanted to say that I really like I take a look at the Figma yesterday, and I really like the UI that you created, Celine. So I think I would really love to work on something similar for the app. It's looks so clean, and I love it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Same here, Celine. The mood bar and the mockup looks really good. Thank you.
Okay. So just like how you did last week, you guys are also going to have a meeting and decide how you're going to proceed with the styling this week. And then we have this week and next week for our styling. So this coming a week today, we are supposed to have our final ritual. And then 2 weeks today, we are supposed to have the group demo, like demo to the whole cohort. So that's the calendar right now. So this weekend is supposed to be Easter Sunday, and it's actually a public holiday here. So George, it's also a public holiday there. So the mentors were asking if it would be okay with you guys if we moved the Sunday meeting to Monday. That if this weekend is really a big deal for the rest of us, just like it's a big deal for me, but I don't mind if the rest of the team wants to keep Sunday. I don't mind coming online that day. So what do you guys think?
I'm
No
fine with moving it to Monday or Tuesday, depending on everybody's availability.
All
In my
right.
case, I work through the week until 8 o'clock, but it's if everyone prefers Monday, it's okay. You can bring me up to speed through Slack. It's okay.
Oh, do you work till 8 p.m. at night?
I work from 4 to 8 in the
Oh,
afternoon.
okay. All right. So if we put it on Monday, does that mean you won't be able to come?
Yeah, but it's okay. It's no problem.
So is Saturday better for everyone? Even though Saturday is going to be so busy for me, but is Saturday better for everyone just so Borja can come? So Monday or Saturday, which one do you guys prefer? Or do you work on Saturday too?
No.
You're free on Saturday.
Uh, I think so.
Oh, okay. So what do you guys think? Monday or Saturday?
I'm not sure about Saturday for me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Since an
Don't
event,
worry. Go ahead with Monday. It's okay. You can tell me what you talked about later, and yeah, it's okay.
okay. Viviana, is Monday same time good for you?
Yeah, for me, Monday anytime is okay.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is two action points this week. We are going to create a thread for you guys designing and then delegation of duty. And you're expected to finish designing your Figma and then start styling your app. Everyone will take different parts of the application, and you obviously must not finish this week because it's supposed to be 2 weeks work, you know. And then the second action point against the general against the general what is it? I don't know if we should do this week or next week. I want us to list, for us to be more coordinated, I want us to list the features we want to demo on that day. Just list them. I plan to create another Slack, another thread for it. So we can just list the features and then delegate what each person should do. So we are going to start from the very beginning, like you're new to the app, you're coming for the very first time. You come, see the homepage with your nice styles and all, and then you see the sign in button. You sign in, you don't have any list, you don't have nothing. And then you demo how to create a new list, what you see the first time, enter the app, brand new list page, brand new manage list page, and then you do all of that stuff. And then you also demo the share, then you hand over to somebody else, you invite somebody to the app, and then you hand over to the person will now share their own screen and then demo the shared list and everything. So in order for us to be more organized, I want us to list the features each of us will demo. And I also want to leave that to you guys. So that's why I want to start from now. It also doesn't have to be ready this week. So I'll create the threads for those two action points. But on Sunday, I want to have, just because we won't meet again before the final demo, this coming Sunday, I want to have an idea of, the delegations already. It will just make us be better prepared. And then, of course, we can do the rest async. Did you guys get? Do you understand what I'm trying? Okay. Yeah, I think it's
I
really, very,
have a question.
yeah.
I wanted to know how is this presentation with how is like we present the app, like the features, and we share any code, or is only the working app? And
I don't think they're sharing code, because if every team starts sharing their code, we're not going to close in 2 hours. I mean, where do you want to start from? So I think it's just the app, the final finished product, the features
and
in action,
and,
you know? Yeah, so that's what I think it
and
is. And
how
we
much
don't
time do we have? Do you know?
know. I don't know yet. Someone was even asking Stacy whether we have a time for that. We only know it's Sunday. We don't even know the time yet, you know? So I think this week or next week, that will be communicated. As I said, it's going to be the first time we are doing cohort-wide presentation. It has always been the team by team, you know. At the final day, Andrew will be there, Stacy will be there. Each team will present their final product. And then, you know, but starting from this cohort, we're going to do it. So nobody knows what to expect yet. But me, I would like us to be pretty ready. Let everyone know what they are supposed to talk on. Let them check it before time, you know. Because we have this problem of if you delete a list and then you go back and add it. So we should avoid any list name that we've used before. So in order to be sure of that, you can just preface every like cohort demo, then your list name, cohort demo, so that you're sure you don't add any list you've added before you pop into the app and then you see apples, oranges, and stuff. You know, that will raise questions, you know. So I want us to be prepared. So you guys can put that among the things you can work on. Maybe as some people are getting the Figma design ready, others can be doing this other thing before you guys are ready to start writing CSS. All right. And then for the CSS, whether it's to use CSS or framework is up to you guys, as I said before. So you guys have to meet, you know, and discuss the trade-offs. It can be based on experience. Someone can be like, I've used Tailwind, but I've not used so and so. So I'd rather use that in order to gain experience. You understand? So it's 100% you guys' decision to make. What else did I have in mind? Yeah, we've talked about this Sunday. So we are deciding now it's Monday, 7 p.m. Monday normal time. Okay. I'm going to communicate that to the rest of the group. So aside this, is there any other question? I don't have any other thing in mind to talk about.
I just as we finish discussing it, I just remember that I have the next week, so the week of the meeting on Monday, the whole week I am on vacation, so I will be able to make it. I had forgotten. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. That's really nice.
You forget your vacation.
Yeah.
Okay, something else came to my mind when you were speaking. I've forgotten. All right. So for the remaining issues, so I think these remaining 2 weeks, we should dedicate it to just CSS. Then after the final presentation, then you guys can carry on with, you know, when I passed out during my own cohort, for the next 1 month, I and one of my teammates, we are still adding features to our app, you know, because we just wanted to practice and then we just wanted to make it more complex. So you can totally do that. But these 2 weeks, in order not to make our platform unstable, you know, pushing to prod like few days to presentation, I think we should just like dedicate the remaining time to CSS. And then if you find any bug, of course, we should treat it bug based on the existing features, not based on new features, you know? So let's just leave it as is and then just focus on beautifying the app. Yeah. Do you guys plan to make it responsive? All right. If you're able to, if not, it's totally fine. Okay, so that's it from me. Yeah. Is there any other thing we're here to talk about? All right. Thank you guys for coming today. I'm going to create those threads and then you can always create more threads if you need to. And then see you guys on Slack. Bye.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah, good night.